We begin by lighting our candle to remember God's light is with us wherever we are. Filled with the Holy Spirit, Jesus went out among the people to give them new life and new hope, to heal the sick, to raise the dead to new life, and to bring good news to the poor. Listen, he said, God is like a father waiting for his child to come home. God is like a woman looking for a lost coin. God is like a shepherd looking for a lost sheep. God's love is always enough and more than enough. And his disciples, his friends and helpers, went with him to share his life and his work. And when the wealthy and powerful people saw how many people were following Jesus and heard the strange new things he was saying, they became afraid. They became afraid that he would take away their power, and they tried to stop him. They saw that he was breaking the rules. There were religious rules for many things, like how you stayed clean, how you treated your food, what you were allowed to touch. Many more rules. These were the rules that God had given to Moses and to God's people when they came out of being slaves in Egypt. Not only the 10 Commandments, but all the rules that followed. And the rules were very important. The rules were how you showed you loved God and how you came close to God. But sometimes the leaders forgot. The most important rule was to love and care for each other. They forgot the rules were there to show people how to love God and to love each other, and not just to follow rules. Rules are supposed to be made by people who love you and care about you, to help everyone be safe and happy. But too often, the leaders made the rules about touching things and keeping clean more important than loving and caring for the people. And they used the rules not as a way of getting close to God, but as a way of getting other people in trouble. Now, the leaders of the people saw Jesus eating with his friends, and they saw that they hadn't followed the rules about getting ready to eat properly. And they said, "Why do you and your followers not follow the rules about getting ready to eat? You claim to be a leader of the people, but you're not following the rules about how you clean yourselves before you get ready to eat." And Jesus said, "You are hypocrites. Hypocrites are people who say one thing, but do another." He said, "You don't follow the rules about loving and caring for one another. You don't follow the rules about justice for the people. You say you love God with your lips, but your heart is far away from God. You teach human rules as if they were God's rules." Then he called to the crowd again and he said, "Listen, it isn't the things that go into the body that make a person unclean or far away from God. It isn't the foods we eat that do that. All the things that make us unclean or far away from God start from inside the body. All the things that make us lie and hurt and cheat, the things that make people fight and hurt each other, the things that take away justice from the poor, those do not come from outside the body. They come from inside the body, and those are the things that make a person unclean or far away from God." And all the people who heard him wondered about what he said. And we're going to wonder as well. And if you want to pause the video to wonder with the people that you're with, you can do that. I wonder what the most important part of this story is. I wonder what your favourite part of this story is. I wonder what Jesus meant when he said it's the things inside the body that can make us far away from God, not the things outside the body. I wonder what the people felt and thought when they heard him say that. I wonder why the leaders told him he was wrong for not following the rules about getting ready to eat. I wonder why we have rules. I wonder how we know which rules can help and which rules can hurt. I wonder where you are in this story. I wonder if you have any thoughts or questions or ideas about this story. I wonder if there's something in your house that you'd like to use to make something or play with this story. And we can keep wondering throughout the week, but for now, our story is finished.